Jorge Martin's 2025 MotoGP title defense was meant to be the story of a champion stepping up with a new team and a fresh challenge, but instead, it has unraveled into a cautionary tale, one filled with injury setbacks, mounting frustration, and a contract dispute that now threatens to destabilize Aprilia's entire MotoGP project. Now, even Aprilia is starting to admit what Martin had warned them about from the beginning. The RSGP is not what it appeared to be. This is no longer just a transfer story. It's a critical turning point for Martin's career, Aprilia's ambitions, and potentially Honda's future. Martin has missed every race since Qatar, with Marco Bezzecchi stepping up as Aprilia's lead rider, while Lorenzo Savadori filled in with limited success. Just days ago, Martin made a significant step toward his comeback. In Barcelona, he rode an RSV4 Superbike, the first time he had been on two wheels since Qatar. Martin posted on Instagram, "Back to the bike after 3 months." While the post sounded optimistic, the medical update told a different story. MotoGP medical chief Dr. Angel Chart confirmed significant improvement in most of Martin's rib fractures, but some had not fully healed. He will miss the upcoming German GP and now targets the Czech GP at Brno on July 18th to 20th for his return. Aprilia team boss Massimo Rivala remains cautiously optimistic. Having one race before the break would be good, so mentally and physically he can find rhythm and push forward. But as Martin focuses on recovery, the off-track drama intensifies. Martin's manager Albert Valera caused a stir at the Dutch GP by publicly claiming that Jorge Martin is free for 2026. Aprilia swiftly denied the statement and made it clear that the contract is still valid. Aprilia CEO Massimo Rivala responded directly, "For sure, it's not a comfortable situation. For sure, we signed him for good reasons, and I believe he chose US based on performance." His statement referenced MotoGP history champions like Jorge Lorenzo and Valentino Rossi, who won despite internal conflicts, but Rivala's tone sounded more defensive than hopeful. Five-time world champion Jorge Lorenzo expressed concern, saying, "Aprilia risks keeping a rider who is not comfortable in the team." His advice: Aprilia must act now to create a supportive environment, or the future is at risk. Shockingly, all of this unfolded before Martin even completed a full race for Aprilia. His repeated absence from key races, especially those close to home like Italy and Holland, has deepened suspicions. Aprilia, however, is confident they hold the legal advantage. Aprilia argues that Martin's release clause tied to his championship standing is invalid because his injury prevented him from earning points. The team is confident a judge would dismiss the clause Martin's lawyers are trying to activate. Meanwhile, Dorna CEO Carmelo Espeleta added pressure. Martin cannot sign with another team until the dispute is resolved. Martin's departure won't come cheap. Reports suggest Aprilia is demanding a hefty compensation package. One theory is that Honda may cover the fee, but later deduct it from Martin's salary. Ironically, Aprilia's recent on-track success is now being used against Martin's exit strategy. Marco Bezzecchi just secured a double podium at Asil and previously won at Silverstone. Meanwhile, Martin hasn't competed since April. Aprilia's defense is simple: they've delivered performance. So what's the issue? This is where things get technical. After months of avoiding the topic, Aprilia boss Massimo Rivala finally admitted the RSGP's weakness. The bike is a bit more physical and aggressive. Compared to what the riders were used to, the team is now working to make the bike smoother and easier to handle. An effort led by Fabiano Sterlacchini, a former Ducati engineer who joined from KTM this year. Insiders believe this is exactly what Martin struggled with: the RSGP's demanding nature over long race distances. It was evident from the Qatar GP, where Martin appeared uncomfortable even before his crash. He had warned Aprilia, and now they are publicly admitting the bike requires fundamental changes. Despite Aprilia's advantage over Honda this season, Martin seems determined to join Honda's rebuilding project. Insiders suggest it's not just about speed, but about leading a long-term vision that better fits Martin's aspirations. However, Honda reportedly isn't pleased with how Martin's camp, particularly Valera, has gone public. They fear the ongoing drama could harm both Martin's image and his future contract prospects. The upcoming Czech GP in Brno could mark Martin's return, but it also sets the stage for a potential collision between ambition, injury, and legal battles. Rivola summed it up best. It's his call to do something special. Staying here and getting results is a second step, but with the ongoing tension, it's hard to imagine Martin staying, even in the short term. From mistesting to public disputes, the damage may already be irreversible. Martin's story is exposing one of MotoGP's biggest flaws: the lack of a unified contract resolution system like Formula One's CRB. As legal threats escalate and contract talks entangle with rider safety and mental readiness, the MotoGP paddock is starting to feel more like a legal battlefield than a racing arena, whether Martin returns at Brno or Austria. One question lingers: has this story already reached its conclusion? Because even if he rides again in Aprilia's colors, it seems his heart and his future are elsewhere.